Okay, guys, I've done told you many stories about how crazy my life is, but I will tell you I got proof on all of it. All of it. This is how crazy my life is. I either saw Bigfoot or the Wolf Man. Seriously, here's the story. Okay, I was living in St. Elmo, Colorado. Here's the thing. I lived in Colorado, and all the scary stories that you've seen on YouTube about Colorado, I've been through every single one of them. Every last one of them. I know where the Hollow Mountain is. I've been at Pikes Peak, absolutely. I've seen Bigfoot or the Wolf Man. I'm not sure exactly who it was, but it was one of them. I've been to the cabin at the Twin Lakes. Been there, done that. That was crazy. I lived in St. Elmo for over a year, and I'm telling you that there was no uh, super being there. It was this crazy mother effer that lived across the street who tried to not only kill me, tried to kill my sister and poisoned my dad. So that is not a true story. If you watch the Colorado St. Elmo thing, that's not true. That was a real mother effer of a man who tried to kill me growing up. Yes, he tried to kill me. Okay? Now, no. We were living in St. Elmo. And we have beef with the dude across the street, the general store guy. We got beef. So we're pulling pranks on each other, you know? Me and my dad, we ended up throwing some fish in his truck at some point. You know what I mean? Things like that. We had beef. But there was something else that was out there, and it was watching everything, and it was weird. It's close to Twin Lakes, which where the dog men supposedly lived. Yeah. So it's fairly close to that area. And I just remember we were living in this 18th century cabin. We had no heat, no electricity. I had to haul my own coal just to stay warm during the winter time. Thanks, Dad. Yeah, you taught me a lesson. Let me tell you, you taught me a bigger lesson than you taught any of your other children. For sure. Anywho, we kept getting robbed by a bear, a so-called bear that really liked my dad's Snickers. He liked my dad's Snicker bars. So my dad decides to set up this trap, and he hooks this car battery up to some chicken wire that he places on top of a mat in front of the house so that he can shock the bear so the bear stays away, right? Okay, so we're inside this cabin, and I wake up in the middle of the night with all this hustle and bustle going outside this cabin. And I get up and I go outside, and I got my little teeny tiny flashlight about this big, just. And I go outside and I turn my flashlight up, and there are these huge red eyes staring at me, all black, red eyes. And he's holding my dad's Snicker bars in his hands like this. And he just goes, the second I put the flashlight in his eyes, he just goes, "Ooh," and puts his hands up and just runs away. But I swear it was either Bigfoot or one of the wolfmen. I swear to you, this was no bear. Bears do not have 5 fingers, okay? This had 10 fingers, 10 fingers, 5 on each hand. Bears don't have that. They just don't have that. So what I saw was definitely that story is true about Colorado. That one is a true story. It's either a wolfman or Bigfoot. I believe, I know, I saw. Okay? Now, the Colorado Springs Motel. Yeah, that one right there. Okay, that used to be a hospital. And that's where Doc Holliday truly died. Like, he actually, I know he's got like all kinds of stuff around the country where he is supposedly died at here and there, but he actually died in Colorado, and his last words were, "Oh damn, where are my boots?" Those were his literal last words. It's kind of funny. But yeah, he died at that motel, basically, in Colorado, in Glenwood Springs. Now, Glenwood Springs Hotel, that one has a lot of stories to it. There's a secret room that there is no room 6. There's a 5 and a 7 and an 8 and a 9, but there is no room 6. And so that story is plausible. I went there for a birthday party when I was a little child, when I was a little kid, and we heard like kids playing with like the I think it was like ice machine or something that was in the hallway. And when we went to go look, there were no kids there. And I mean, this was when I was in Girl Scouts, you know, or the Brownies, I think even. I was like in the Brownies. And so, but yeah, we did hear something in that hotel room, that's for sure. Um, let's say, oh, I already talked about Twin Lakes and the Dogmen. Yeah. Bigfoot for sure. Yeah, basically, I've been to every single thing in Colorado that's supposed to be haunted. Same with Wyoming. I've been to basically every place in Wyoming that is alien worshipped. And a lot of those stories are pretty true. Everything in Wyoming is named after hell. Hell's Half Acre, the Devil's Tower, etc. And yeah, I've been to all of them. And Wyoming is a crazy state. I'm just going to tell you there's a reason why there's not so many people who live there. The place is deserted, and there's a reason for that. So like I've told you about my abduction stories and things like that. So again, Wyoming is a very complicated place. Now, the fact that Wyoming is so close to Colorado, and that I know where the Hollow Mountain is, and I know that they've got tunnels. So, yeah, these are all stories that are true facts of my life. And you can ask any one of my family members. I ain't lying. I am not lying.